11th Panchen Lama, Tenzin Nishi Kindu Tine Kindu Chuginyima, and all the previous reincarnations were well known as the emanation of Amitabha Buddha. Since the advent of the first Panchen Lama, Kedrup Gelek Besang, 11 successive reincarnations have been recognized. On the evening of 28 January 1989, at the age of 52, the 10th Panchen Lama suddenly passed away at his residence, Thundrup Gebhel Ling of Kesang Podang, Shigatse. Next day, on the 29th, Tashilhumbu Monastery immediately wrote a letter appealing to His Holiness the Dalai Lama for his prayers regarding the swift arrival of the reincarnation of the next Panchen Lama. On 3rd February 1989, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, with great kindness, sent an official letter through Chinese embassy in New Delhi, along with a prayer for this swift reincarnation, such as congruent to generating bodhicitta determination, familiarized with from a long ago, may there appear at the summit of Eastern mountain of snowy lands, people's merit a new moon, face of unmistaken supreme emanation body, and may we attain the celebration of the being quenched not long from now. Along with the letter contains the prayer composed for the swift return of the unmistaken reincarnation of Panchen Lama, called the Melodious Truth of the Saint. The instruction on its distribution and publication were also included. To the people, His Holiness reassured that he will do everything that's necessary to find the unmistaken reincarnation, granted there isn't any obstacle created from outside forces. Soon after the passing of the 10th Panchen Rinpoche, His Holiness the Dalai Lama intimated the Chinese government with the hope to perform the prayer offering to the holy body of Panchen Lama and examine at Lamul Hatsu for the future reincarnation. A list of spiritual representatives, including Changze Chueje, Lobsang Nyima, and the abbot of the Namgye Monastery, etc., were sent to the Chinese government but were unable to enter Tibet and perform those rituals. Both of the Tashilhumbu monasteries, the seat of Panchen Rinpoche in Tibet, and in exile, devotees from the three provinces, the Himalayan devotees, and particularly the head of the Reincarnation Search Committee, Chate Rinpoche, Jambatine, etc., requested His Holiness for the identification of the reincarnation with various means and methods, directly and indirectly. His Holiness saw the potential roadblocks and threats to the identification of the unmistaken reincarnation due to political issues with the Chinese government. Moreover, the process of searching for reincarnation is considered an important task. His Holiness once again tried to send the search committee to Tibet and continuously attempted to communicate with the Chinese government. However, the Chinese government has never accepted the request. According to His Holiness' suggestion, the process of searching initiates with the collection of all the children's names from inside and outside of Tibet, along with the auspicious signs such as remembering their past life, etc., for the suitable candidate. Following that, the selected candidates have to go through the filtering process, which requires the performance of door examination witnessed by the concerned people who are from inside and outside of Tibet, especially with the presence of the important monastic people of Tashilhumbu. However, again, this was not able to be carried out because of the political issue in Tibet. His Holiness says, "It's my obligation to identify the reincarnation of Panchen Rinpoche, drawing upon the historical bond between the master and the spiritual son. Therefore, with pure intention, for the past several years, I have undertaken the requisite ritual and prayer for the essential sacred task and have discussed it with the state oracle. First, I hope to conduct an examination on the identification of the objects among the prominent individuals in Tibet. For this, I intimated with the Chinese government for more than 3 years, but unfortunately it yielded no result. The only option left was the collection of all the suitable candidates' names for reincarnation from all the different parts of Tibet, Ladakh, Dharamsala, etc. It was hard to make an immediate decision without having all the relevant detailed information. Furthermore, the process of identification was delayed due to the concern about the possibility of missing candidates' names with auspicious signs. Another factor contributing to the delay was repetitive divination not predicted before 1995 to finalize the candidate. The collection and submission of the candidate was concluded after getting around the 30 names of children from different sources, mostly with their pictures along with their brief stories containing marvelous signs. The moment to make the final decision on identification of the reincarnation arrived. The methods used to make the final decision are as follows. Divination showed the existence of Panchen Rinpoche's reincarnation among the list of the candidates. Next is selecting those names among the candidates on which better better prediction is shown in divination. Outstanding numbers on Dai's divination were shown when uttering the name of the young reincarnation. The matter of the reincarnation of the Panchen Rinpoche was utmost confidential. Therefore, gathering of all the concerned people did not occur, even though it was the initial wish of His Holiness. His Holiness the Dalai Lama's decision on the recognition of the reincarnation of Panchen Lama not only based on Dai's divination, he also made the door examination by offering the name of a young child in which the door seemed bouncing while whirling. The same door which was marked was bounced for a second time while whirling. Thus, the decision on identifying the unmistaken reincarnation was ascertained. As the popular saying goes, as the moon and sun in the sky, so is the Gyawa Panchen on earth. The Dalai Lama shouldered the whole responsibility of identifying the reincarnation of Panchen Lama as per the unique tradition of recognizing each other's reincarnation and due to aspiration of both the state and people of Tibet. Based on letters from the search committee both inside and outside Tibet, predictions of lamas and oracles all are attuned with His Holiness' own examination. On 25th August 1989 at Dorje Podang, Thesa Chaje Champathile made an public announcement to media regarding the search and identifying the reincarnation. As per the decision made by the Chinese government, Tashil Humbo, Yongzin, Kaya Tulgu, and Chade Rinpoche will take the responsibility of searching and identifying the reincarnation. Moreover, Pakbalhal, Hundup Tabke, and other Kempus and lamas of Tashil Humbo will assist and give directions. 11th Panchen Lama was born to the nomadic family of Mr. Kuncho Punzo and Mrs. Dejin Chudu of Harizong of Nakchu region on 25th April 1989, correspondence with 19th of the 3rd month of Tibetan lunar earth snake year with many auspicious signs. His childhood name was Kindu Chuginyima. It is said that he has an elder brother as a sibling. When the child was able to speak, he had a very clear memory of the past life and used to say, Tashilumbu is my monastery, I am Panchen, I was sitting on a high throne, etc. Local people naturally revered him after ascertaining the boy as the reincarnation of some lama based on the child's extraordinary behavior, unlike other ordinary children. The 3 principal points of reincarnation search committee are: Tashilumbu Monastery will take major responsibility in searching for the reincarnation. As tradition, His Holiness the Dalai Lama will make the identification of reincarnation regardless of the birthplace. The reincarnation will carry out his activities in Snowland, Tibet. Aspired hopes and prayers were made by all the concerned people inside and outside of Tibet for the swift confirmation of the reincarnation on the day of Buddha's birthday, accordance with Theravada tradition. 6-year-old child Khendu Chuginyima was formally recognized by His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama at his residence in Dharamsala on May 14, 1995, corresponds with 15th day of the 3rd month of Tibetan lunar calendar as the incarnation of 10th Panchen Lama and was given the name Tenzin Khendu Yishe Tilne Punzo Pe Sangbo. This is the superior authority of His Holiness combined with the spiritual and historical tradition of Tibet. Unique tradition of master and disciple identifying each other's reincarnation based on the aspiration and hope of the large number of devotees among the public. His Holiness Dalai Lama bestowed his unsurpassable joyous moment of celebration after the lengthy and tedious spiritual examination to all the Tibetan inside and outside of Tibet and all the followers of Tibetan Buddhist tradition at large. On that day, when the announcement of the reincarnation of Panchen Lama was made, His Holiness the Dalai Lama said that today is a special day as it is the first day of the announcement of confirmation of reincarnation of Panchen Rinpoche. Identification of Panchen Rinpoche is a spiritual activity and not a political issue. Therefore, I hope for the support and cooperation from the Chinese government towards all the spiritual ceremonies, including the enthronement ceremony. But within 3 days after being recognized by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Panchen Lama Tenzin Khendu Yishe Tilne Punzo and his family were abducted by the People's Republic of China and making the 11th Panchen Lama the youngest political prisoner in modern history. It's been 25 years since his disappearance without a trace. Sources say that the young Panchen Lama along with his parents and entire retinue were imprisoned in the 5th prison Beijing, which is for the high-ranking officials. One of the former students of Sichuan Mengyong University recalled that he saw when he was studying there. He recalls that one of the Tibetan students was escorted to the university and received by a Tibetan lady daily. After several years, he came to know that the boy was Panchen Lama. Apart from these two pieces of information, his whereabouts have been unknown under the strict secrecy of the Chinese government.